What's up, YouTube? Blu-ray King back here again on this glorious Tuesday. We are here for another installment of Weekly Watched. Got a nice stack of movies here. This week's theme was X-Men. So, basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you my little rundown on all the X-Men movies that I watched this week. And then I'm just going to tell you what I watched here. So first up, we have Men in Black 3. So this is the nice little steelbook edition. This is my second time watching this. Was pretty good. I don't really know. I haven't really heard anybody else's opinion on Men in Black 3. I thought it was really good. Surprisingly good. And next up, I got The Wolf of Wall Street. Here we have the Target exclusive steelbook. Good movie. Gives a whole new meaning to the term when life gives you lemons. Her, very strange movie. Kind of reminds me of a more modern or futuristic version of Lars and the Real Girl. Yeah. Dude falls in love with Siri pretty much. Then we got The Mask. Classic. Anybody who hasn't seen this, jump off a bridge. What the hell's wrong with you? Alright. Dallas Buyers Club. Second time watching this. Everybody puts on a phenomenal performance. Everybody. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Another classic. Everybody had to have watched this growing up. Anybody that didn't, I don't know what the hell you were watching. SpongeBob or something? Then I started the X-Men series. Of course, I started off with 2000's X-Men, which is directed by Bryan Singer, who directs the new film. This was Marvel's second biggest live action release. Before they had Blade, and I guess they had some other ones in the 90s that like a Fantastic Four, and other ones just were god awful. But out of the big Marvel movies, was this one right after Blade, and this was a real nice introduction. The only thing I didn't like about it was the lack of history between Sabretooth and Wolverine. They didn't address it all on either end, except for Sabretooth stole Logan's dog tags. So maybe that was possibly setting up for something, but they never got around to it until X-Men Origins Wolverine. But, and then the other thing I didn't like was, I didn't like that Rogue was essentially Jubilee. Like, she was the young girl who ran away from home and was under the tutelage of Wolverine. It worked for the film, but at first I didn't like it. It took me a couple years to be like, alright, that's alright. But this was a great introduction. Everybody was cast just perfect. The story was really good. So, this is the one that started it all. I think even more so than Blade, this is the movie that was responsible for launching Marvel films. Whether, Marvel controlled it or not, whether it was another studio. But for Marvel-related properties, I think this was the one that was responsible for everything we're seeing today. Up here we have X2, X-Men United, which was the greatest comic book film ever. And until Dark Knight came out. And this one I saw a lot. This was my first X-Men DVD I owned, so I watched it all the time. It had Nightcrawler. You had the X-Men that teamed up for a cause. You kind of got a little bit of Wolverine's backstory going on there. I really liked this movie. It was real. Well, all of them have been real kind of, darkish. But yeah, I highly enjoyed this one. This is where a lot of the inconsistencies started. This movie here. Yeah. And the end, I really like the end. I was like, what? Jean dies, and then when they're panning out from the water, you kind of see the phoenix in the water. Or was that part 3? I can't remember if that was part 2 or part 3. I'm pretty sure that was part 2. I kind of watched them all grouped together, so they're kind of blurring together. Next up, we got X-Men 3. Now, this movie gets a lot of shit. I don't know why. They didn't like it. They dog on Brett Ratner. They talk about Bryan Singer leaving and directing Superman Returns, which I thought Superman Returns sucked ass. I'd watch this over that piece of crap. Yeah, I enjoyed X-Men 3. I didn't really like some of the dialogue. Like, Professor X kind of had an attitude towards Wolverine at certain parts, and it's kind of like, that's really kind of out of character. But other than that, and the fact that they promoted the shit out of Angel, and he really wasn't even associated with the X-Men during the movie at all. But for the most part, I enjoyed it. I thought it had the best ending of all the movies, when Jean is just so powerful and she doesn't know what to do, and she tells Wolverine to kill her, and he's sitting there crying as his flesh is tearing off his body and he's regenerating, and he says, "I'm sorry, I love you," and just psh, sorry, an ambulance just went by. Well, like I was saying, I think that one has the best ending of all of it. It's kind of like in a franchise or a trilogy, the equivalent of Empire Strikes Back. It's on that magnitude. Just people just didn't like it, but I liked it. That's all that matters, right? Yeah, that is right. We had X-Men Origins Wolverine. This is another movie that gets a lot of shit, but this one isn't as bad as everybody makes it out to be. It's easily the worst one. But probably in like a standalone movie, if they just did this one. Excuse me. If they just did this one on its own without none of the other movies that came out, they probably would have liked it. They had Taylor Kitsch there as Gambit. I thought he did all right. Personally, I would have cast Gregory Helms, the former WWE superstar, because he has that same Cajun accent like Gambit did in the animated series. I don't really know about his acting other than what I've seen him in WWE, but the voice is pretty much spot on. And in the new movie, they're going to go with Channing Tatum. Oh, excuse me. Which I don't hate on Channing Tatum. Like, a lot of people seem to just hate him. I think he's alright. I just don't think he's perfect for Gambit. But anyways, back on this movie. This tells the origins of Wolverine. It tells his time with Stryker and Sabretooth. And I liked all that. I think there could have been more Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds. And they were supposed to come out with a movie afterwards, and we still don't have it. Where is the Deadpool movie? But I thought it did have its shining moments. The end, it kind of fell apart a little bit. But I thought it was decent, I don't think it deserves all the shit that it gets. Maybe about like 40, 50%. Yeah, I'd say 50%. But, I thought it was alright. This was better than Superman Returns as well. So, all you guys are talking all that shit. Then I went with Wolverine, which I watched in 3D. Did I watch it in 3D? Yeah, I believe I did watch it in 3D. And actually, I chose to watch this instead of First Class last. I don't know why. I just did. Oh, excuse me. I guess I'm yawning. This one, I like this one as well. It's kind of, Wolverine's got his own story. He goes off into Japan. They changed things a little from the comics. I wasn't big on how Silver Surfer was this big robot. I thought he looked cool, but it was just But I think the story as a whole was pretty good. And then the post-credit scene, um, that was cool to see because you kind of just knew what it was setting up for. Uh, so yeah, I was pretty excited. The 3D was just, I'm not big on 3D. A lot of it is just depth, which is kind of cool to see. But I want to see shit popping out at me. I want to be like ducking because I don't know if it's real or what. I don't know, man. But yeah, I thought Wolverine was good too. Like I said, Wolverine is my favorite X-Men character, favorite Marvel character, period. And I think Hugh Jackman does a really good job. In this one, he was jacked. Like, he went and got advice from The Rock on, how to bulk up. Rock told him to eat a lot of brown rice and hit the gym for 3 hours a day. So he's just, in there, yeah. But alright, we got X-Men First Class here. This is the movie which I think really rejuvenated the franchise. They decided to go in the prequel direction, and this movie did so well. Oh, excuse me. This movie did so well that Bryan Singer decided, hey, that X-Men movie was pretty good. I think I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, I'm going to come back to the X-Men movies. Yeah, yeah. Okay, he probably didn't really say that. But, this movie was good. And this is another one that had all those inconsistencies with the rest of the movie, but I thought it was good. You had the Hellfire Club. You had Kevin Bacon as Sebastian Shaw. Magneto learning how to use his powers. I don't really like... Jennifer Lawrence just looks weird as Mystique. The slick back hair, it doesn't really... I'm just not used to seeing her with the slick back hair, but I like how they brought in Banshee. I thought that he was a pretty good actor for the job. I never really thought I'd see Banshee in a movie. Who else was in there? Firefly? Is that an Angel? That's what her name was. Then you had Azazel. Azazel's cool. Who, if you don't know, Azazel and Mystique are Nightcrawler's parents. They don't touch on that in the movies, but this one was good. It was a Cold War, somewhat espionage thing going on, but overall it was good. Like I said, this one sparked interest back in the X-Men movies. People weren't big on X-Men 3 and Wolverine like I was. I'm with the X-Men, period. Down for the X-Men for whatever. Alright, anyways, I'm sounding retarded now. So, it's a good movie. The epic finale that is X-Men Days of Future Past. I did a review on that. I'll leave the link down below. But that was the first time I saw it. I saw it twice. That's right, suckers. Be jealous. No, I'm just kidding. I took my kids to see it yesterday. So I saw it on Thursday night, and I saw it Monday during the day. And it was even better the second time around. I'd already seen everything. I knew how it ended, but it was still just as good. I caught a lot of stuff I didn't see before. Quicksilver again. I tried to record the Quicksilver part on my phone too, but it didn't work out. I tried to conceal the phone and ended up filming the ceiling, so all I got is the audio, and yeah. But you guys have not seen this movie yet. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. This is the greatest X-Men movie out. Period. It's better than X-Men 2. This movie is up there with The Dark Knight and The Avengers on how good this movie is. I think this movie is even better than Captain America and the Winter Soldier. I just left the movie feeling satisfied. Like, yes, that was a good movie, Unlike Spider-Man, I have yet to feel that about a Spider-Man, except maybe Spider-Man 2. But, and all the Marvel movies recently, I think since the Avengers, this is the one I was really satisfied with. I think this is the best Marvel related film since the Avengers. If you haven't seen it, what the hell's wrong with you, man? Folks, that's all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I got a lot going on up here. You know, I've been thinking about things, man. I'm gonna put these into the videos, man. Actually, what I do got coming up is I'm not gonna do a Q&A because I really don't think that I have enough of a following for a Q&A. So what I'm gonna do is seriously. Okay, turn that off with my telekinesis powers. I'm gonna round up all the questions from my videos. I'm just gonna answer all those for you guys because I get a lot of questions like, you know, where do I get these? Well, that went bad and continues to go bad. But I'm gonna. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I get a lot of questions like, you know, where do I get these from? Where do I get my shelving from? So if you want to know the answers to those questions, look forward to my video coming soon. And until then, stay true and stay blue.